Miss the most whilst they're abroad. So I'm sure all of us have been away, and there's been some home comforts we've sort of probably missed. I suppose number of things, routine. But let's sort of speak to someone who's far better qualified than me to give us an insight into the psychology of what they miss. So we've got Donna Dawson, who behavioural expert, psychologist. Welcome to the show. Great to have you on board, Donna. What's the rundown?
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, great to speak to you. What do the Brits miss the most? What does the research tell us?
Well, this survey was done by DFS to check out our emotional connection to home, particularly during the holiday season when we tend to go away for 2 weeks or so. And most of us miss the home comforts that we probably take a little for granted when we're at home. I mean, number one out of the top 20 was our own bed, which makes complete sense. Routine was number two. So the things that we do every day that we take for granted and sometimes get bored with came up very high. Having your own space to relax in, for instance, a settee that you can lounge on and just watch TV and, collapse in a heap. Your pets were number four. Your own pillow was number five. And that's often something people will take with them so that they can protect their neck and get a better night's sleep. Home cooked meals was on there. Favorite TV shows. The sofa came in at number 10. My garden, even the view from my window. And chocolate came in at number 20. So there were quite a few things on the list, including British tea and real milk, balanced breakfasts. Even chatting to the neighbours came on the list. So that surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are ones that I suppose are sort of expected there, but there's a few surprises there. What's your take on it, Don? I mean, sort of, what was any surprises to you that sort of featured in the list? Anything that you thought might have been on the list that wasn't on there?
That wasn't on the list.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I think pretty much the list covered it. I mean, you had things like my hobbies, my friends, the gym, even the local pub, the chippy. I don't think that people left anything out. I think the main thing is how is it we manage to go on holiday and still miss these things? And I think that's the interesting psychological question, in that we get the 2 weeks because we want a break from the routines. And then we find out, looking back from the distance of our holiday, that we actually miss the routines and the security, safety, comfort of our own space, having a home where we can just relax, not be judged, not be viewed. We could be ourselves. And the home is an extension of our own personalities and our values. And so in a way, I can see why we would miss that when we're displaced to maybe a hotel or a B&B, which, we're not under control there. The routine is decided for us. And after 5 days, 52% of people found that the best part of going away was coming back home. And after 5 days is when people start thinking about all those home comforts that they're missing. As you say, some people manage to take a few things with them, like tea bags, like towels, like a pillow. But yeah, it's interesting that we need that kind of balance of getting away so that we can appreciate more our home space when we get back to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sometimes a change is great. And I have to admit, Don, there's been times that I've been away and I've missed a few things here and there, and I've looked forward to getting back. But once I've got back, after a few days, I think, you know what, I haven't missed anything at all. I could just go back again type thing. But no, you're right. I think that the routine's the big one, isn't it? I think for me, sort of the things that we're familiar with, especially if you're on the road and sort of hotel as well. I think sometimes even some of the most luxurious hotels, whatever hotels we go in, there's certain things that are difficult to bring, and the routine and that sort of stuff really. Just out of interest, is there sort of a time frame where people start to sort of looked at 5 days there? You know what? It's interesting sort of speaking to you, Don. I'm thinking that generally what I tend to do, unless I'm going on a long haul trip, is plan a breakaway for 3 or 4 days. I find if I go for 5 or more, it gets a bit too much. So I like to explore. I'm not really one to lie on the beach type thing. But is there a case for that, for sort of maybe even a lot of them maybe doing the shorter break? I like a maybe Friday to Sunday type break, and I've done enough then.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the DFS survey realized that 5 days was kind of a cutoff point that people enduring a different kind of routine and they'd had enough. Like what's becoming more popular is not just one annual 2-week holiday, but several mini breaks during the year, some of which are closer to home. And don't forget that number 4 on the top 20 things that Brits miss most was pets. So if you've left animals behind, like dogs or cats, you may be thinking about them, worried about how well they're being looked after, and really looking forward to getting back to see them. Or it may be other family members or your friends that you're missing. So in a way, a mini break allows you less time worrying, just enough time for the adrenaline and the excitement to kick in. That's something different, but not enough so that the adrenaline wears off and you get bored with it and you want to get back. So 5 days is probably a good, a long weekend. It's probably a good number to work with.
No, absolutely. I suppose it's a bit different if it's a long haul flight. Then obviously, sort of like it's hard to just go away for a weekend type thing. You'd be going sort of somewhere sort of far away type thing. But
exactly.
But
I don't know if you've noticed, Jimmy, that when you do long haul, as I do to Boston, Massachusetts, you need about 2 or 3 days to recover.
You do, absolutely,
and before you can adjust to, because you have to get to bed. The 5-hour time difference. You're getting to bed much earlier than anybody else because you're tired.